Good evening and welcome to another edition of the Hgp Sport Cast. I'm Samuel GILLIS with your Wednesday 4th news stories. Thanks for joining us. The preparations for local table tennis players for the upcoming World Teams Table Tennis Championship in South Korea has been put on hold and may even be cancelled due to the coronavirus epidemic. Jaden Samuels with the details.
The championship, featuring top teams from around the world, has been shifted to June, with a decision still to be made in relation to Guyana's participation. This assignment, along with the Summer Olympics in July, is also being monitored. Guyana has had many outings, however, this is the biggest blow for the Guyana Table Tennis Association, since this is the first mega event the locals were preparing for. This setback, according to President of the Guyana Table Tennis Association, Godfrey Monroe, dubbed the championship as a significant stint which would have given our players much needed exposure ahead of the Continental Olympic trial fixed for mid-April in Argentina. With this championship now off the radar, the locals will resort to other alternatives ahead of the Argentina assignment. Jaden Samuels, Hgp Sport.
In motor racing, this March 14th has been dated a day for the return of dexterity events after a 6-year break from the GMRC calendar of events. The grand return is fixed for the Guyana National Stadium with the aim of getting racing fans more involved on race day. The event has been amped up with maximum tests of skills in braking speed and turning. The main event will be the Race Challenge and is open to the public at a cost of $2,000. This event was brought back to add more flavor to motorsport fans. They will be allowed to be indulged in the big bikes and racing cars that will be on showcase. Also on the cards will be exhibition performances by pro drifters, along with stunts and exhibition of cars' music systems. Stanford Howard will tell us now that despite defeating the Jamaica Scorpions within 3 days, the Jaguars still languish in second place going into the 7th round. The details in this report.
Following their 5th straight victory, the Barbados Pride extended their lead at the top of the Regional 4-Day Championship after the conclusion of the 6th round of matches over the weekend. The leaders further strengthened their chances of clinching their maiden first-class title in the professional era by extending their lead over the Guyana Jaguars, following their crushing 127-run victory over Windward Island. Volcanoes at Kensington Oval. Pride sit on top the 6th team standing on 108.2 points, with the Jaguars second on 79 points. 5-time reigning champions Jaguars created space between themselves and chasing Jamaican Scorpions following their handsome victory. The only change made to the squad is Chandrapal Hemraj, who is out injured. Replacing him is Tevin Imlak. The Guyana Jaguar squad reads going up against Leeward Island. Tanjana Rang Chandrapal, Tevin Imlak, Vishal Singh, Leon Johnson, Christopher Barnwell, Raymond Reefer, Anthony Bramble, Kevin Sinclair, Godish Moti, Ashkar Prasad, Versami Parmal, Keon Joseph, and Niall Smith. The 7th round starts on Thursday with the Jaguars battling the Leeward Islands at the Providence National Stadium at 10 a.m. local time. For Hgp Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
O'Shane Thomas with a ball and Lyndall Simmons with a bat helped the men in maroon seal the first T20 match of the 3-match series, Stanford Howard reports.
2-time World T20 champions West Indies put out their best work in the opening T20 series against Sri Lanka. Opting to bat first, the men in maroon blasted a 72-run first wicket stand between Brandon King and Lyndall Simmons. After the partnership was broken in the 9th over of King for 33, Simmons continued on with his stroke play, with Puran, who came and went for 14. Andre Russell was the 3rd man in, and he too came and showed his firepower with a 35 runs from 14 balls, which included 4 sixes. Skipper Pollard then came and fired 34 runs as Leonard Simmons finished unbeaten with 67 runs to give the West Indies a fighting chance of 196 runs of their allotted 20 overs. Sri Lanka, who did a number in the ODI series over the West Indies, was hoping that the rollover effect would have happened in the T20 series. Ocean Thomas defied all odds in the second over of the Sri Lankan innings when he bagged 3 wickets in the same over, becoming the first man from the Caribbean to do so, as his effort put a dent in the batting efforts of the Sri Lankans. However, Kusal Pierre's 66 and Waduni Haskaraga, 44, tried to pull things back, but the bowling attack of the Windies men didn't allow them to flex their muscles that much and kept them at bay, as they were all back into the pavilion for 171 runs to hand West Indies the victory by 25 runs. O'Shane Thomas finished with 5 wickets and Rovman Powell with 2. The rest of the wickets were shared among the bowlers. The second T20 bowls off on Friday, 9:30 a.m. local time. For Hgp Sport, I am Stanford Howard.
More on coronavirus. As the corona epidemic spreads across countries, sporting activities are affected. The concerns for the well-being of athletes are getting louder. More in this report. Cricket has always been a game of expressive emotions and contact in the stands and on the field. But in a new proclamation made by England skipper Joe Root, his team was instructed to fist bump instead of conduct handshakes or hugs. The caution came even as the coronavirus death toll continues to rise globally. But though the West Indies team is also currently playing in the Colombo environs, these concerns did not birth similar decisions from the Caribbean side. In addition, a shocking contrasted revelation was made by the International Olympic Committee on Tuesday the 3rd that gave further unequivocal backing to this summer's Olympics set to be held in Tokyo, Japan, a place infested by COVID-19. The IOC is urging athletes to prepare full steam despite the coronavirus threat. Games are set to begin on July the 24th, and the IOC has reportedly swatted aside any suggestions of a postponement since Tokyo has already pumped over $12 billion to organize the event, while billions more were spent on related projects. Wait and see. Monitor but prepare. Those appear to be the official, unofficial policies in many sport organizations around the world. For Hgp Sport, I am Samuel Gillis. And that's all we have for this edition of the Hgp Sports Cast. But do remember to just do it.